Graphing quadratic functions. When the quadratic is in the form and vertex form, the vertex is the opposite of what is here. So you would say -2 and the same as the last number, -1. Does the quadratic open up or down? That's based on the number in front. If it's positive or negative, it's positive, so it opens up. Is a vertex a maximum or minimum? Well, if the quadratic is opening up, then I know the vertex has to be a minimum because it's at the bottom of the quadratic. How do you find x-intercepts? You let y equal 0 and solve for x. So I'm going to have 0 equals 3 quantity x plus 2 squared minus 1. Move over the 1, so 1 equals 3 x plus 2 quantity squared, divide by 3. So 1/3 equals x plus 2 quantity squared. How do you get rid of the squared? You take the square root. So we're going to take the square root of both sides and then put a plus or minus in front of it, which gives me plus or minus square root of 1 over square root of 3 equals x plus 2. Finish over here, which gives me plus or minus 1 over square root of 3 minus 2 equals x. Let's make that look nicer. So x equals -2 plus or minus square root of 3 over 3, rationalizing the denominator. So my x-intercepts are -2 plus the square root of 3 over 3, comma 0, and -2 minus the square root of 3 over 3, comma 0. The y-intercept, you let x equal 0. Solve for y. So that's going to be y equals 3. Put in 0 for x. It's 0 plus 2 is 2 squared minus 1, which is the same as saying y equals, that's going to be 4 times 3 is 12 minus 1, 11. So the coordinate points of that are 0, 11. Domain, meaning what can I put in for x? You can put anything in for x. You'd say -infinity to infinity. And my range, let's plot that vertex. So back 2, down 1. My y-intercept is at 11, so it's up here. I have an axis of symmetry at x equals -2. So plot that other y value here. Sketch your graph. So my range, you can see my y's are, all my y's are greater than or equal to -1. All my y's are greater than or equal to -1, which is equivalent to saying -1 to infinity. And that's graphing a quadratic in vertex form.